world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Thanks for watching this episode of Fandango's Big Ticket, sponsored by Apple Pay. Dash through checkout on Fandango with Apple Pay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fandango's Big Ticket interview for Avatar, Fire, and Ash. And I'm here with the cast. I'm so excited to have you all here. It's my understanding some of you have seen the entire movie. Some of you just saw scenes. I want the reaction. Give me the reaction. Whoever wants to jump in.
Has anybody seen it?
I don't think we've seen it.
James said you had.
I've seen 40 minutes.
You've seen 40? Okay. Reaction?
That's amazing. Oh, it's It's really good. No, I was crying. I had like a full face of makeup and I was just bawling.
Oh my gosh. Sigourney, you came in here with tears in your eyes.
Yes, I did, definitely. There's a scene between these two guys, a couple of scenes that were so beautiful and heartbreaking. And frankly, as a fellow actor, so inspiring. And, you know, they have a lot of private scenes. And as one of the children, I've always wondered what was going on. Now I know. You know, what was going on when the two of them were together? No, but it's so, so beautiful. And you cannot, you know, we've lived these other two movies. We know how high the expectations are, so are ours. But what we saw today, even though it wasn't that much, is so extraordinary, from the most moving to the most terrifying to the most incredible action. It is just a non-stop immersive adventure, and so audaciously ambitious that it, you know, if you're wondering, does this top the first two? Hello. Get out of the way.
We're sold. Okay, we're gonna go.
Yes. Yeah, I can't help myself. I'm just.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful. Anybody else want to add anything from what you see, you can't wait for audiences to see, like a costume, a new character, you know, whatever it is. Anybody wants to jump in, Zoe?
No, I'm echoing what Sigourney is saying. This movie feels far more dangerous as well. The stakes are so high. And just when you thought after Way of Water, the unimaginable happens to the Sully family by losing a child, and you sort of go, well, where are we gonna take it from here? What is Jim gonna do? And Fire and Ash is definitely its title. It is about the rage and the grief, but it's also about the love for family, for sticking together, for Pandora, for the people, and it's sublime.
Wow. Anybody else want to add anything?
I have to say, Oona is a revelation.
Yeah, jump in.
Oona's a revelation. I feel like we've been in dire need of a badass female.
Oh, because we don't have enough of those.
Yes. Well, I mean, there's room. There's always room for more. And Oona as Varong is going to bring a layer. I'll let Oona also elaborate on this, but the layer that is the complexity of having Na'vi tribes turn on each other in a way that is just unlike anything we've seen before is going to be a wonderful surprise that I just spoiled, but it's okay.
We're okay with that. We're fine with that. You were cast in 2017? How long have you been sitting on this, waiting for this moment?
I mean, all my friends thought I was lying for years. They were like, yeah, Avatar. The second one came out, they were like, you're in it? Yeah. Now they know.
Now they know. And this is the moment we're gonna get to all of it. So I would love to ask you, and then Sam, you can jump in, just the evolution, and congratulations, Oscar winner, by the way.
Yes. We're all grown up.
Last time I saw you, you hadn't won yet, so I'm excited to see you. But yes, sort of the evolution of Neytiri from the beginning of playing her when you were, you know, back in 2009 to now.
I mean, in a way, it's paralleled my life, you know, of being young and fearless and not wanting to sort of conform to any norms that feel confining, you know, and then all of a sudden she falls in love, and this man comes with so much purpose, and it's the kind of purpose that she's been hoping to have for a very long time, and she just always jumps into the unknown with him. Starting a family, I feel, was the biggest gift that the Sullys, that Jake and Neytiri could have ever given to each other, but also the biggest threat, because they know what they're up against constantly, and they believe that their love can survive so much. So in a way, it's wonderful to incarnate these characters and get to visit them and revisit them in so many different stages of their lives. Parallel, when I say that, it almost feels like we've paralleled that, is I feel like Sam and I have grown up together in such a way. We've seen so many stages of each other's lives, and now the greatest honor is knowing that our children play together, and that only feeds our work and feeds everything that we sort of want to give to these two characters so much. And it's been, I feel like it's my biggest gift is getting to grow with this man that's not my husband, but is my husband, but it's actually my brother, and so it's been a wonderful honor.
Chinatown here, huh?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm just unpacking that.
We first met Jake Sully. He was a soldier, then he was a leader, then he became a father. This picks up 2 weeks after the last one. Set the stage. Where's he at? Where's this relationship
Well,
at?
I think that's the main thing, that the movie does pick up 2
Yeah.
weeks after. And so the ripple effect of how we ended The Way of Water certainly resonates with all the characters, not just the Sullys, but even Quaritch and stuff like that. So I think that's the thing about this movie is, it goes a lot deeper. It's, the Pandora we get to see a lot deeper. And, in the second one, in The Way of Water, we dived into the deep oceans. This one, we're going into deep emotions. That's certainly true, and I think the great thing about us doing them together is that we got to progress these characters, so they pick up straight after the action, and whatever happened to them in that Way of Water, we're seeing the repercussions, but we as actors got to we didn't have to go away for several years and then come back in. We were lucky enough to kind of keep on that motor, and I think it really shows.
Kiri was such a fascinating character that we met the last time. I feel like James kind of called this the culmination. I'm wondering for Kiri, what more, we sort of learned a little bit about her power in the last one and sort of this mystical spirituality she has and how she can harness it. How much deeper do we go with her in this one?
Well, I think the kids, especially the whole family, has huge new challenges. You begin in a wonderful way looking down at the planet, and very soon we're kind of thrust in parts of Pandora you've never seen, and kids have to figure things out on their own. And as Jake always says, Sullys stick together, Sullys don't give up. And I think in the course of this, Kiri feels called on and is called on to test these gifts more. I would say that she has no assurance of success. And even if it works out, there's a lot of mystery to it. So it's not like she has any confidence in it. But somehow things end up directly involving her. And even though she has no certainty at all, she has to do something. They all have to do everything they can just to survive in this one. And so her kind of journey about who she is and the connection with Awa, who everyone seems to have except for her. Awa closes her ears to Kiri. And so it's very frustrating. One, she's somewhat successful, and two, no communication. So it's kind of confusing.
I have theories about where that's going 4 and 5, but we don't have time for that today.
Okay.
I want to juxtapose what you're saying about Kiri with your character, because there's a line in the trailer where you say to Kiri, I don't want to misquote, but your goddess has no dominion here. And the power of that, everybody's talking about it, everybody's feeling it. I want to know sort of that dynamic of that scene, and for you, just sort of your process of getting into this character, and sounds like she's just going to be exceptional.
Yeah, she's pretty spicy. That scene was really cool because it's like coming face to face with kind of the weakness of children and the innocence of children and the weakness of this faith that they have, and you know, my character's eyes and Varang's eyes, this kind of flimsy innocence, you know, and you know, my character's Varang's like grown beyond that and found a more powerful connection and a more powerful source, and it's really just harnessing the power of grief and of despair. That's like where she gets like her fierceness is from having gone through a really big trauma and having gone through some pretty devastating kind of life events that were outside of her control, and really meeting those with like the fullness of her being, going right into it, and not to heal it, unfortunately for everybody else, but to really meet it and harness the power. And I think it's really good. It's like a classic case of hurt people, you know, and I think the whole film really plunges into that in a really beautiful, complex way. It's like, at what point do we become the monsters that we're trying to destroy? You know?
Wow. I can't wait to meet
because it's so relentless.
People. Yeah. Because villain is not really the word, right? For the Ash people, villain might be categorized as villains, but maybe not.
Yes, but I mean, I can't see her as a villain.
Right. Of course, no,
she's the
never.
hero of her people, in my eyes.
But there is a villain in this story, sir. And that might be your character, Quaritch.
Who I have
Darling
never.
Quaritch. Darling Quaritch.
I've never characterized him as a villain.
Well, actors can't, because
Really?
you're playing him.
I don't see why actors can't. I think actors can admit to the fact that they're playing villains sometimes, but it's not useful for me
Yes.
in this particular
Yes.
role.
Well, I'm going to lighten the mood a little, because Quaritch, aside from being a villain, is super funny. He has some great one-liners. Children, you're not children anymore. Close your ears. The first film, Pandora will eat you and you out.
For jujubes.
What was it?
For jujubes, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like jujube.
Like jujubes. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
are jujubes?
The second one, you arrived big and blue, and you said, "I know what you're all thinking. Why so blue?" Give me a good Quaritch line from this film that's going to resonate.
There's some juicy ones.
Do you want a funny line or a good line? I mean,
Either.
first of all, thank you for saying I'm funny. I hope the industry is listening. I can do comedy.
He's got you doing these films forever, so you're not going to have time.
He is, I think in some sense, Quaritch has, keeps his eye on the prize in a way. His agenda has not changed from the very, very beginning. He's a wolf with a bone, and the name of that bone is Jake Sully. It's a line where I'm getting kind of poked and whacked by the Ash people, and I look at one of the guys and say, "I got my eye on you." It's just such an irrelevant, sort of impotent thing to say at that time, but it is so Quaritch.
Now, I don't know if there's a team up here, but is Quaritch going to have a soft spot for what his son did for him in this last film? I want to go to you. There's a moral quandary because of what happened at the end of the last one. What is he experiencing at the top of this film in terms of loyalty to father versus father and family?
I feel like it's just confusion and a mix of healthy amount of guilt, you know? I mean, he's living with this family for 2 weeks after all that happened, and they're still mourning. They're all mourning the death of Natam, and how does someone navigate that? And it's like the family fortress just got a giant wall through it. So it's like, how do you rebuild and heal that while having same threats and new threats trying to tear it down, you know? So that's why I think it's just such a beautiful film visually and emotionally, and yeah.
I love the physicality that you bring to it, and James has mentioned the fact that you kind of have to shoot twice.
Yeah.
He's like, he has the hardest job of anybody because
No, I
he
don't
has
know
to
about
shoot
that.
twice. You have to shoot with everybody with their performance capture, and then you have to go back and shoot it as
Right.
yourself. So if you can just talk about that physicality, because I love Spider in the first one. I just was blown away
you.
by everything that you brought to it. Yeah.
I mean, I trained a lot for the I mean, we all trained a lot for you know, learning how to move like a Na'vi, use knives, bow and arrows, all that stuff. But I mean, Jim always joked that it's like a giant rehearsal performance capture for me, because it was like 2 years of just that, knowing I'd have to do all my scenes again alone in New Zealand. Well, not alone. I had a wonderful troupe and Jim and amazing crew there, but you know, these guys couldn't be there. But yeah, it was. I just trained a lot, I guess, and learned kind of, I guess I just kind of did what we all did, but just kind of maybe twice as much with like the free diving and learning how to do like the scuba mask that they built, a real full face mask. And
were you all relieved that that wasn't a factor this time?
Zach, you like throughout that time between like shooting and performance capture and then getting yourself to New Zealand, you also went through puberty.
yeah, I was going through, I was like,
So all of a sudden we have Jack and we're shooting here in Manhattan Beach and he's like, oh my God, look at that. And then like by the time he lands in New Zealand, he's like, hey. Yeah. It was the most bizarre. I was like, what? Who is that? It's like, that's Jack.
I did, yeah. I grew like a full foot, I think, through the
No,
whole
you doubled it.
It was a lot.
James talked about how this story is a lot about the children. There's a bit of a passing of the torch. There's a different narrator in this one. I said it scares me for your character that you're no longer narrating. I don't know what's going to happen.
I think there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
If you lost your son, it's going to be a very, very subjective voiceover. You know what I mean? And I think part of the voiceover allows the audience in. And so I think it's a very smart kind of way of looking that Jim's done that the way he designed it. Because otherwise it would be Jake just ranting and raving and crying and being very angry at the world that's opened up. So I think it's a very smart conceit by Jim to do that.
It can be more internal. So for you, what did you get to explore this time around? And I also want to know, you all went through this kind of together, kind of grew up together through filming, the two concurrent, and then the whole press tour. I haven't talked to you since the last one, sort of how the experience of it all.
What's interesting in playing Sade is her relationship with Loak and how they grow with each other, but to also see someone she loves very, very deeply mourn his brother was very, very hard for her. But what's interesting is all of me and Britton's scenes were done in 2 days. So all of our scenes together were mainly like just one-on-one, which are so beautiful and intimate, were just compounded in 2 days of filming. And Sadaya doesn't have many scenes we don't have many scenes together. So it was mainly bonding, I guess, outside of like with laser tag and,
for sure,
and doing studying together, less kind of on set with our scenes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what about for you? Maybe you can answer to the experience of the craziness.
I mean, I love you all so much. I mean, Avatar has been a huge part of me for more than half of my life, and I really feel like Took and I have grown up together somehow, and that she's just always going to be a huge part of me. Seeing everything come together when we just saw some of the scenes just now, and also getting to reunite with you all, it's just like a dream come true, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say that Trinity was a tiny little thing. She was 7. She was this beautiful little creature. And now you're, I think, double the size, right? At least, I think. And she was always so gung-ho.
I carry Took on my back a lot.
Yeah. She was
not going to happen.
That's not going to happen
She's
for
bigger
4
than me.
It's not going to happen.
She was also in charge of the curse jar.
Oh no, the swear jar. Yes.
So when anybody used foul language.
I'm going to have to pay you at the end of the interview, by the way.
I gave her a blank check.
Trinity, I understand the perspective now.
What happened to that money, Trinity?
It was donated to a pet shelter. So, by the way, you were also a co-founder, so it's not me alone.
But you also aided to it as well.
Contributor and funder.
Well, thank you all so much for sharing so much about this film. Cannot wait to see Fire and Ash. And if you can't wait, you can go get your tickets right now at Fandango. Thank you for watching. And thank you all.
Thank you.